What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm reviewing what quite possibly could be the most highly anticipated sneaker of 2020. That's crazy, I know, but when you see it you'll understand. The Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low. At this point in time, there's pretty much nothing that Travis Scott can touch that doesn't go up in value. Travis Scott's influence is at like peak levels right now for sneaker culture, fashion, and music. He's reaching levels of like mass influence in sneaker culture that have only really been achieved by Michael Jordan, Kanye West, Virgil Abloh, and there's no signs of stopping. Anything this guy drops right now will sell out and it'll resell for crazy amounts of money. And this sneaker is no difference. And it also doesn't hurt that this shoe is one of the most limited things that he's dropped thus far. As I'm sure you've noticed over the last couple months, Travis Scott has been seen wearing a lot of different pairs of Nike SB Dunks. In fact, he can probably be credited with some of the resurgence of the Nike SB Dunk. And of course, with the resurgence of SBs, it makes sense that Travis Scott is dropping his own version of an SB with Nike. And the levels of hype this sneaker are reaching are just off the charts because not only is this sneaker a collaboration between Travis Scott and Nike SB, it's also one of the most limited sneakers to drop this year, so it's almost impossible to grab. If you are trying to grab a pair of the Travis Scott Nike SB Dunks, which, let's be honest, most people are, the good news is, even though we've already had a drop on Travis's website with the special edition box, there is still a more, I guess, less limited release happening on February 29th. And definitely take the phrasing less limited with a grain of salt because this shoe is stupid limited. And if you were somehow lucky enough to grab a pair off Travis's website, you'll know that that pair was even more limited because of the special edition box. In fact, as of right now, resale prices for the special edition box pair are actually double what they are for the standard box pair, even though it's the same exact shoe. The Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Lows with the regular box released at select skate shops worldwide for a retail price of $150. However, if you're unable to grab a pair for retail and want to pay resale or just check the resale prices, I've left a link to GOAT in the description below. So before we actually jump into the sneaker itself, let me show you all less lucky, including myself, regular box people, what you can expect when you grab your pair of sneakers. So this is the standard edition Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low box, and it comes in a very interesting sort of multicolored print, which I didn't expect. You've got the white Nike SB logo printed on the top with the colors green, blue, red, and yellow in the background. And then inside the box, you actually have this really cool sort of bandana or paisley themed black and white paper, which I actually think is a really nice touch. And then on the front of the box, you've got your size tag, and as you can tell, I was only able to grab a size 8.5, even though I paid resale. Even with paying resale, it is still kind of hard to find pairs of these. And the official colorway of this shoe is black, parachute beige. But with the box out of the way, let's take a look at the sneaker itself and find out if it's actually worth the crazy hype. So the first thing that you'll notice about this shoe is the crazy mismatched upper. And if you look close enough, you'll also be able to find elements on this shoe from his previous Nike Air Force One collaboration. And like a lot of his other collaborations with Nike, apparently a lot of the patterns and details on this sneaker are inspired from his hometown of Houston, Texas. Around the toe of the sneaker, you get the first and one of the most recognizable details on the shoe, this paisley print bandana inspired piece of material. The material has a canvas feel to it and comes in what seems to be a dark shade of navy. And that navy is actually accented by the paisley print in white. And something that you'll notice, especially with shoes that use prints on the upper, the print actually isn't in the same place on every single sneaker. The placement of the print actually changes per each shoe. But arguably the most interesting detail about this material isn't actually the material itself. It's the fact that you can cut it off, wear it off, or even just burn it off and reveal another material underneath. Underneath the outer layer on this shoe, you actually have a very widely spaced elephant print pattern that comes in a light shade of brown. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love the way this shoe looks with this outer material cut off because I feel like it just becomes an overall brown shoe and it's not that interesting, but I do like the way it looks when the shoe is actually skated in because, of course, this is a skate shoe, and when it's sort of worn off like a worn pair of jeans, it looks dope. And then in the center of the toe, you have this super buttery nubuck or very short suede material that comes in almost like a cardboard brown. Even though this is a $150 technically mass-produced shoe, it does feel like it's a little bit higher quality than some of the other SB Dunks that have been dropping recently. Then as you move up on the shoe, you get to literally rope laces woven through the eyelets. These cream-colored woven rope laces definitely give the shoe a unique look, but they are kind of a pain in the ass to tie, and I can't imagine relacing this shoe if you had to. They remind me a lot of like a Chinese finger trap, where when you push them together they get really loose, and that's sort of what's happening at the bottom of the shoe. They're getting super loose, and they almost feel like they could fall apart at any second, and I really don't like that. Whereas when you get to the top eyelet, they get really tight because you need to pull them to tighten the shoe. So I mean, it gives the shoe almost like a gradient effect, which I don't really love, and I just wish they had used regular laces. Now, to be fair, they do actually give you 2 extra sets of laces, a pink pair and a black pair. And if I do end up keeping this pair for myself, I will probably switch these out with pink laces. And then underneath the laces, on this super fat and padded SB tongue, you've got more of that light brown suede. And then rounding off the top of the tongue, you've got a cactus jack patch in brown. Moving inside the sneaker, you've got some of this grayish brown mesh material on the sock liner, which of course is very well padded because it's a skateboarding shoe. Then finishing off the inside of the shoe, you actually have this really cool SB Dunk insole. Of course, the insole has an air unit in the heel like most SBs, and you've also got some softer foam towards the forefoot, but the top of the insole actually comes in brown with this awesome paisley print printed onto it. I love that detail, and I know when you're actually wearing the shoe, no one's gonna see it, but it's details like this that just let you know that Nike and Travis Scott really do care about the design of their sneakers, and I think it comes across really nicely. As for sizing and fit, the Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low fits just like every other classic SB Dunk Low. For me, that's true to size. For you, it might be something different. One thing to keep in mind is that these are actually cut like the classic Dunks and not like the Pros. So if you have any pair of classic SB Dunks, go with your sizing in that shoe because these will fit you exactly the same. However, as I usually suggest, although it's unlikely, if you have a chance to try this shoe on for yourself, make sure to do that because everyone's feet are different and you want to make sure you're grabbing the right size for you, especially when you're spending that much on resale. Then continuing back on the shoe, you get to some more of that tearaway paisley print, and just below that, you get to a plaid midfoot panel. This lateral midfoot panel actually seems like they stitched 3 different pieces of plaid together because you've got 2 different seams that sort of separate these different panels. So even though this panel already doesn't match the paisley or any other part of the shoe, it's even more mismatched because they cut it up and then re-stitched it back together so it doesn't line up. In the center of this lateral midfoot panel, you've got this black Nike swoosh, and then on the medial side, you actually have a light pink Nike swoosh. Now personally, I actually prefer this light pink Nike swoosh. I feel like it's more interesting and it actually goes with the blue a little bit better. So I kind of wish that they had put the pink on the outside and maybe the black on the inside because I just think it would have looked cooler. That could just be me, and if you don't like pink, this black Nike swoosh might be a lot better for you. Then moving even farther back in the shoe around the top of the ankle, you get some more of this light brown suede with some lettering actually pressed into the material. The lettering comes in a glossy dark brown and also a glossy light brown on the medial side, and is actually the same lettering that you can find on the Travis Scott Air Force Ones. And even though this is a relatively small detail, it still really adds to the craziness of the upper of the sneaker. Moving around to the back of the shoe, you get to this darker brown tab at the top of the heel with the Nike logo embroidered in light pink. The light pink details on the logo on the heel and also the Nike swoosh on the medial side really make me think that this shoe would look great with pink laces. And thank goodness they added pink laces because I will definitely be switching these out. Then moving down on the shoe, you get to a sail colored midsole with contrasting dark navy stitching. And then finally moving to the bottom of the sneaker, you get to a tan colored or light brown outsole. So is the Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low worth the crazy resale price? Well, I guess the answer to that is the same for every sneaker that goes for crazy amounts of money. If you're willing to pay for it and you really like the shoe, then sure it is. The value of this shoe is really what you make it. Is this a shoe that I'm personally in love with? No, but I can definitely see it growing on me, especially the more that I wear it. Even though the overall look of this sneaker isn't exactly my style, I love the attention to detail that went to this shoe, and I think it's an overall great collaboration. Once again, if you're trying to grab a pair of these for yourself, they release on February 29th at limited skate shops for a retail price of $150. If you would like to grab a pair for resale or just check the going resale prices, I've left a link to do so in the description below. But now I would love to know your thoughts on the Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low and whether you plan on grabbing a pair for yourself or whether you're just going to let this one go. So let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.